I'm going to fire up something a lot better. We're going to do a lot more planning.
Yeah.
I got to be good. I got to be good at this. Well, first of all, hopefully I'm the best man. We'll see. Trav has a lot of friends. I'm just hoping to get the opportunity.
Yeah. Right.
Grab your popcorn because the Kelce-Swift saga just keeps topping itself. First up, Jason Kelce practically melted when Taylor Swift called Travis a human exclamation point, saying it was the best description of his brother ever.
And like the human exclamation point was like the best way I've ever heard Travis described in my life. I think it's like such an accurate statement.
Then, Jason started campaigning for the best man role at what's shaping up to be the wedding of the decade. And while that's brewing, fans are already wondering if Taylor will show up in Brazil for Travis's Week 1 game. Meanwhile, Travis himself finally broke his silence on the engagement, confirming he pulled off a sneaky master plan proposal that had Swifties in meltdown mode.
And I appreciate everybody that reached out and sent something, and all the posts and all the excitement that's been going on. It's been really fun telling everybody who I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with.
Add in revelations about when he popped the question and the drama of a controversial Chiefs teammate probably missing the guest list, and you've got chaos in full swing. Imagine you're Jason Kelce, big brother, tough NFL vet, known for bulldozing defensive linemen and chugging beers like water. You're not exactly the kind of guy people expect to get misty-eyed over sweet words, but then along comes Taylor Swift, casually dropping this gem on a podcast, calling Travis a human exclamation point. Boom!
Travis is like, he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. You know, he's like when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhance color button. That's like what you do to everyone's life.
Suddenly, Jason's got emotions creeping up like a surprise blitz. And honestly, the dude couldn't hide it. He later admitted that hearing her say that was the best description of his brother he's ever heard in his life. Jason went on about how Trav just lights up every room he walks into, like the human version of hitting that enhance button on your phone pics. Basically, if Travis shows up at your party, congrats! You just got upgraded from a meh hangout to full-blown epic night.
And like the human exclamation point was like the best way I've ever heard Travis described in my life. I think it's like such an accurate statement. The dude just brings joy in like to every place he ever is, and like people love him, and he makes everything better.
Jason spilled more during another chat with some fellow football guys, saying that Taylor's words prove she totally gets Travis, and not just in the oh he's funny and hot way, but in the deeper this dude's heart is pure gold way. You could tell Jason's been sitting there thinking, yep, that's my brother, and now my future sister-in-law sees it too. What really got him, though? Seeing how insanely happy Travis is. Jason kept it real. He just wants his little brother to have the most fulfilled life possible, and part of that is who you end up marrying and raising a family with.
I know the kind of person he is, and I've been blessed to get to know Taylor over the last couple of years, and I just think that they match so well together. They are unbelievably supportive of each other. First of all, I love my brother, and I just want him to have like the most fulfilled, best life possible. And such a huge part of that is like, you know, who you end up marrying, who you end up raising a family with.
He made it clear that he's never doubted Travis would find the right person. With the way their parents raised them and how Trav treats people, Jason said it was only a matter of time. And let's be real, when Taylor Swift is calling your brother a human exclamation point, that's not just love, that's branding. Jason's already plotting to steal it as Trav's official nickname.
At all times, I know my brother's intentions and who he is as a person and the values that my parents raised him with, and, you know, how he treats people, how he treats women, all of these things. He lives his life the right way. He's a great person. He's unselfish. Everything he does, I think, would lead to him finding somebody that would want to be with him.
And speaking of stealing, Jason's got his eyes on another prize, snagging that best man spot at the wedding of the year. Yep, the big guy is already campaigning harder than a politician before election week. On a recent podcast, Jason straight up admitted he's hoping to be the one standing next to Trav when the big I-dos go down. The only problem? Travis has more friends than a golden retriever at a dog park. Jason knows the competition's stiff, but he's clearly tossing his helmet into the ring with a hopeful grin. Insiders say Jason's been joking around that if his best man bid doesn't pan out, he'll at least demand sideline passes to the wedding. Honestly, with the guest list this star-studded, it might feel more like a Super Bowl halftime show than a ceremony. Just imagine Jason holding the rings while Beyoncé's warming up in the background and Patrick Mahomes is giving a toast. Pure chaos, but the best kind. What makes it even funnier is that Jason's already been hyping himself up like he's preparing for the draft. He's calling it his audition, telling people that if this podcast banter sounds like a best man speech, just wait till the real thing. Confidence level? Through the roof. Subtlety? Non-existent. And hey, the man's got history on his side. When Trav got engaged, Jason was one of the first to spill the proposal heard round the world, congratulating the lovebirds like he was the official family spokesperson.
I'm gonna fire up something a lot better. We're gonna do a lot more planning.
Yeah.
I gotta be good. I gotta be good at this. Well, first of all, hopefully I'm the best man. We'll see. Trav has a lot of friends. I'm just hoping to get the opportunity.
Right.
Now he's just taking the next logical step, turning that supportive brother energy into a front row role at the altar. Now, while Jason's busy rehearsing his best man audition like it's draft day, fans have already moved on to the next burning question. Will Taylor Swift actually show up in Brazil for Travis's Week 1 game? The Chiefs are rolling into Sao Paulo to face the Chargers, and all eyes are less on the scoreboard and more on whether the world's biggest pop star is about to trade stadium tours for stadium tailgates. Insiders say the NFL is basically treating this like the Super Bowl of security planning. Word is, they're mapping out Swift's every step at Neo Química Arena like she's about to run her own route tree. Forget tight coverage on Kelce. Looks like the real defensive scheme is making sure nobody sneaks a selfie with Taylor mid-game. And let's not forget this isn't just any game. It kicks off Travis's 13th NFL season, which means the man's practically a veteran warhorse at this point. Pair that with his fresh engagement announcement that basically broke Instagram in half with 35 million likes, and you've got the recipe for absolute mayhem in Brazil. If Taylor pops up in the stands, expect more camera cutaways than actual football snaps. Here's the kicker, though. Taylor's schedule has finally calmed down. No more sprinting between sold-out Eras Tour shows and recording marathons. With her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, already queued up for October, she's got time to swap sequins for jerseys. Insiders are saying she's planning to be at as many of Trav's games as humanly possible this season. Translation, the NFL just scored its biggest unofficial sponsor. And speaking of scoring, Travis finally broke his silence on that fairy tale proposal, and let's just say he's riding the wave like he just snagged a Hail Mary in overtime. The man hopped on his own podcast and basically told the world he's buzzing over the fact he now gets to spend forever with Taylor Swift. Swifties? They're eating it up like free samples at Costco. Turns out the whole thing was way more strategic than anyone guessed. While the rest of us thought it was some spur-of-the-moment romantic gesture, Trav had actually been sitting on this plan like a coach guarding his playbook. He picked the exact day Taylor was recording an episode of New Heights, because of course he did. While she was chatting away with Jason, insiders say an entire crew was outside transforming his backyard into something straight out of a Nicholas Sparks movie. Garden lights, picture-perfect vibes, the works. And here's the kicker. He timed it knowing Taylor would already be camera-ready. Hair, makeup, glam squad all done. That's next-level thinking right there. Forget X's and O's on the field, this guy just game-planned the perfect Instagram rollout. When she walked into that surprise setup, she had no clue. One second she's laughing on a podcast, next second she's flashing a ring that practically has its own zip code. Fans have been cracking jokes that Travis basically ran the most elaborate pick and roll in proposal history, distracting Taylor with football talk while sneaking in a full-blown romantic ambush. And it worked. She was stunned. The internet imploded, and engagement posts pulled in more likes than the actual Super Bowl. And speaking of that backyard blitz, the full playbook on when Travis actually popped the question is finally out, and it's peak rom-com energy. Picture this. Taylor's on New Heights, casually dropping an album bombshell and strolling down memory lane about their early romance, completely unaware that her man's backyard is being transformed into something Disney would charge $200 a ticket to see. Twinkle lights, fairy tale vibes, the whole Pinterest board come to life. Meanwhile, Trav sitting there like, just keep talking, babe, your castle's almost ready. Insiders say the timing wasn't some cosmic love alignment, it was pure strategy. Travis wanted her looking red carpet ready, not mid-sweatpants binge. Smart man. Between her tour madness and his season chaos, this was the first real window to pull it off, and ho did he deliver. Fans had already started CSI-level investigations, pointing out everything from headphone dents in Taylor's hair to her exact manicure shade. Swifties basically turned into the FBI with ring light setups. Turns out they were right. Proposal day lined up perfectly with that podcast drop on August 13th. And then there's Ed Kelce, who casually spilled how Trav lured Taylor outside like it was the world's fanciest bait and switch. Let's grab some wine, he told her. Classic move. Except instead of sipping Cabernet, she walked straight into her fiancé holding a sparkler so big it probably has its own insurance policy. She said yes on the spot, no dramatic pause, no cliffhanger, but here's the twist. They sat on the news for weeks. That's right. The most talked about engagement of the year was technically a secret while the rest of us were arguing over Eras Tour outfit changes. When they finally did drop it, the internet combusted over that cheeky caption comparing them to your English teacher and gym teacher. And while Taylor was busy flashing that zip code-sized ring, and the internet was still combusting over the English teacher gym teacher caption, the wedding guest list has turned into its own soap opera, and let's just say one Chiefs player might be sitting this one out. Enter Harrison Butker, the kicker who usually nails field goals, but this time might have kicked himself straight off the invite list. While Trav's locking down Beyoncé-level chaos for his big day, insiders are whispering that Butker's past comments have turned him into the most awkward +1 situation of all time. The guy gave a commencement speech that was supposed to be all inspirational, but instead went viral for all the wrong reasons. He came after Pride Month, tossed shade at women chasing careers, and doubled down harder than a Vegas blackjack player on a hot streak. Let's just say his words didn't exactly scream, "Welcome to the TAYVIS Love Fest." Now here's the drama. Butker's been with the Chiefs forever, and on the field, teammates respect him. He claims locker room convos after that speech were chill, and nobody was ready to toss his cleats in the trash. But Taylor Swift? Different ballgame. She's built her brand around female empowerment, inclusivity, and being everyone's honorary best friend. The last thing she needs is wedding photos trending for the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, her side of the guest list looks like a Met Gala table. Selena Gomez? Check. Zoe Kravitz? Check. Abigail and Ashley, the OG squad? Also in. Even Blake Lively's status is under review like a questionable touchdown catch. But Butker? Let's just say his RSVP might get lost in the mail. On purpose. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.